As a young lad, Teddy Roosevelt was frail, weak, and often plagued by asthma attacks that prevented him from leaving his room. He was warned by doctors against a life of exertion and was told not to engage in activities even as mild as climbing the stairs. While it could have turned Teddy into an immobilized, self-pitying victim, his physical limitations became Teddy Roosevelt's single most significant catalyst in shaping the kind of rugged man he would become. Teddy's father, concerned about his son's frail body and sickly health, one day in his early childhood sat him down for a good heart-to-heart. "Theodore," he said, "you have the mind, but you have not the body. And without the body, the mind cannot go as far as it should. You must make your body. It is a hard drudgery to make one's body, but I know you will do it." And do it he did. He began to work out every day in the gym. He began to spar and to box. Later in life, he would build his own home gym. He would walk at a torridly fast pace. He fought in the military, and after his presidency, and even before, he worked long, hard, dogged hours on a cattle ranch. Teddy, like his father, recognized a core, fundamental truth. And that is one of the core virtues of masculinity, is physical strength. It takes great discipline, it's arduous, and if you're not persistent in it, it doesn't work. But if you're persistent and you cultivate it, you can become a strong, resilient man. And every man has the responsibility to make his own body. You are listening to the Resilient Masculinity Podcast. I'm your host, William Betzelberger. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 1. Today we're focusing on our first S, that is safety, and we're looking at our first subset, and that is strength, physical strength. Why, as men who are called to provide safety, are we talking about physical strength? Quite honestly, physical strength has a lot to do with providing safety. As humans, and this is an uncomfortable truth that many would like to hide from, but it is the truth, we are weak and we are easy to kill. As such, as protectors, as those who provide safety, we have the responsibility to be physically fit and strong so that we can provide the protection necessary to save and sustain life. We also were called to work and to work hard. Part of that is physical strength. Now, of course, what does that look like? Well, that can look like chasing down a gunman. If you're in police or you're in military, being able to run and engage a enemy who is actively trying to kill you and to kill others, that takes physical strength. You need to run fast. You need to be able to, wrestle and subdue people in physical holds. For those who work in emergency services, or even not, even if you just come across a car accident and there's a door that needs pried open, are you going to be strong enough to pry it open? Okay, if the kid down the street scrapes his knee riding his bike, are you going to be able to carry him? Men, we are called to be strong. We are called to provide safety, stability, and service. And part of that requires us to be fit and to be strong. And many men today, many men in America, we're not that. They're fat, they're lazy, they're unmotivated because they have no higher calling. They sense no higher calling. Well, that's not us. As men, we know that we are called to provide safety, stability, and service. And as such, we must make our body. How can you make your body today? What can you do today to be stronger, to work on your physical strength? I would suggest, I would advise, I would counsel you to look into a strength program. Whether that's an official one, one you find off of Pinterest, or just one you make up yourself. So if you watched the last podcast episode, the introduction to Season 2, or if you're watching this one, you'll notice, apart from Season 1, my hair is shorter and I have less facial hair. In following episodes, you'll actually see that I won't have any facial hair. And while you might think it's just for a new look, or maybe I have cancer or something, of which I don't worry. No, actually, I am switching careers. Instead of working in warehousing, I'm going to become a police officer. And part of the requirements of that is physical strength. I had to pass a physical fitness test. I had to get all kinds of medical physicals and drug tests just to see if I was physically able to perform the job. And then throughout Police Academy, we will continue to work out. We will continue to do hand-to-hand combatives. We will continue to, put each other in holds and restraints, so that when there are people, criminals, or hardened criminals, or 16-year-olds who are making dumb life choices, when they are physically resistant, we can restrain them and bring order to the chaos, and ensure that they are not hurting others or themselves. Or if there's an emergency and we do have to drag people, we have to carry them to get them to safety, that we're physically able and capable of doing so. Now, I'm not saying every man has to go through, police or military level physical fitness, but I do think you need to start today on building muscle, building strength. What can you do today? I would encourage you to start with push-ups and with running. Those are two totally different muscle sets, and that's good. That way you can trade off every day. So on days 1, 3, 5, and 7, you do push-ups, and then on days 2, 4, 6, and 8, you run. You can do more, you can do less, but I think I'm trying to start you off, gentlemen, at something that is relatively easy to start with, because I don't want to give you advice and then just say, oh, go run a marathon. No, not without training. Not without years of training do you run a marathon. But what do you do today? You start today. Start with doing 10 push-ups. Start with putting your jogging shoes on and jog, a mile. I'm not saying you have to be Usain Bolt or be ripped, but I am saying today, gentlemen, start. Get off the couch. Put the junk food away, grab a granola bar, drink some water, and get some activity. Because as men who provide safety, that is one of our responsibilities, is daily picking up our cross. One of those crosses is putting to death gluttony and sloth. Okay? Men today in America are weak, they're ineffective, they're fat, and they're easy to control. And if we want to be resilient men, resilient against systems that want to control us, be they governments, be they big pharma, be they, New World Order, whatever that, whatever one you want to name it. Weak men, fat men, men who can't provide safety, are easy to control and they're easy to manipulate. So, don't be that man. Work today, start today to become stronger. Again, obviously, I'm not Mr. Muscle Man over here, okay? I'm not. That's not how I wasn't made to be ripped. My genetics are not made to be ripped or to be jacked. But I can be strong. And I can work every day to become stronger. And that's what you're going to do today. Starting today, we're going to work to be stronger men. We're going to be men who provide safety to our family, to our churches, to our businesses, to our community, then we better be able to physically be strong enough to provide that safety. Be it wrestling someone to the ground and restraining them, be it lifting someone out of, a wrecked car, or maybe just, carrying little Jimmy from down the block to his parents' house because he scraped his knee. Men, we're called to be strong. We're called to be men. So let's be men. And that's all I have for today. So gentlemen, thank you for listening. Before you go, if you would rate this podcast on, we have it on Spotify, we have it on Google, we have it on iHeart, we have it on Amazon and Audible. This is found wherever you listen to your podcasts, with the exception of Apple. I'm still working on that. If you would, drop us a like or a comment, subscribe on the YouTube channel. If you want to support this page and this podcast monetarily, head over to anchor.fm and you can become a subscriber for as low as $3.99 a month. And that way we have the means to provide more high quality, high production Christian media, because it takes time, it takes money, and it takes effort. So again, thank you for listening. Hope you guys have a great day today. Do something today. Get off the couch. Become stronger. Take that one step to become stronger today. Fight the good fight. Act like men. And become the men God has called you to be.